Hello, Speed Gaming. I am Jeff Gaines and Games, your host for today's race of the Metroid Prime Randomizer Tournament 2025. Today we've got awp82 and SpklJae, both veterans at this point of Prime tournaments. They've been both of these racers have been participants in the past, so should be a good race. You'll have to bear with me at the start as I get everything aligned, balancing talking and stream setup and tracking is always a good time. So that done quickly, and then I will be able to focus on what is going on. But we're off. No RAs today. So our regular just standard tournament preset. Of course, performing space jump first. Nice simple dash. But of course, it's always fun to start off with some execution right off the bat with the cold hands. And we're rewarded with an energy tank. Doubling our HP right off the bat is very, very good. We've seen deaths in the tournament so far, so avoiding that is, yeah, it's good. That is space jump beneath the ship. Means our morph ball is likely very soon. Hopefully it's not on Hive Totem, because that's just kind of a pain to backtrack for one item. Probably hope to find some missiles before morph, just so we can clear up some of those early Chozo checks as well. So some quick dashes through Talon Canyon, and we are on our way to Chozo. Making use of everyone's favorite movement system, the scan visor, and we see that morph ball bombs are in the half pipe. That's very good. So likely going to be getting those after space jump, I imagine. Didn't get to see what was on grapple edge yet, but we'll see it on the way back. Some missiles in nursery. Some fairly tricky movement through these corridors, trying to go fast. Not a lot of space to work with, so here's our Hive Totem skip. Unfortunately, we don't have any missiles. Took a second to realize that, but yeah, this is what we were kind of worried about before, was that we're leaving a lot of things behind, as we just basically have to go back to the start, and yeah, likely going to see 2 warp to starts from Ruin Nursery. Okay, and we've got ourselves space jump. Should also be marking morph. Drake, feel free to join if you would like, for either tracking or comms. And that is Ops space jump. So keeping pace pretty good throughout this early game. Space jump will lead us into our bombs and also some various missiles, whether it's our main launcher or just some expansions. Not too big of a deal. Whichever one it is, sure, we can look at logic, but we're still going to be using them either way. So, also our first peek into the main plaza tree. Slope jump to get up there, and that is an E-tank in the tree. That's good, knowing that there's nothing really important up there. Bombs and bombs. And also X-ray in Ruined Shrine. Interesting place for it. Usually means we will be seeing a root cave or perhaps a great tree chamber if we find an ice beam. Also welcome in SpeedGaming to just the start of this race. Haven't missed much. We're still in early Chozo. Both racers are pretty neck and neck. SpklJae with just a little bit of an advantage here. Only about, 30 seconds, so tons of ground to still cover this race. With our bombs going to check Vault and perhaps do the transport access hive totem loop. Yeah, I like this since there's quite a few items we left behind, and now that we have bombs we can get them all, so I like this. And Op is thinking the same thing but in the reverse direction. As I say that, I am joined by Drake Foes. Hello.
Good afternoon. If y'all missed that that day's Baja match, highly recommended. That was a banger.
Very good. And we get our first artifact. Let's mark which side. And I have to mark X-ray as well for Op. And a high five from our runners as they finish up this loop, just in opposite directions. Op not pushing towards... Or am I looking at the wrong direction?
Op did it forward. Oh no, wait, we're doing backwards.
Yeah, but we're not taking a trip to Transport Access North, which is an artifact. So that's unfortunate to miss on this pass. Could have carried that forwards to Vault and see what that is. With our loadout, likely going to see a push into mid-Chozo now. Not a lot of other options, so... Pretty safe bet. Wouldn't be surprised if we see an grapple beam soon. Missile in the fountain. It's one of our spider requirements out.
Good artifact hints.
Haven't got him yet.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, the first item was morph to backtrack for space jump.
So morph ball was in Alco?
No, morph ball was in Hive Totem, and space jump was behind ship, and we didn't get any missiles until that point. So. Yep,
classic.
Yeah, so. I imagine after we finish the mid-Chozo push, probably see a save warp and get out of here. So that's Ice Beam. So that makes my play of Great Tree Chamber feel really strong to me.
Overgrown Cavern has come into logic quite a bit ever since that change last year. when you find Ice Beam. It's been pretty common.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it as much this tournament. But it's something to note.
Yeah.
Oppa
A big
lets him do
thing
Gathering
is
Hall first. Not rewarded. Aaron gen this, Kara. I'll write that down.
okay. So nothing in the lower dynamo. And we'll probably be checking lower watery hall here. The worst thing to find would actually be Spider Ball, just because kind of unfortunate to do that and then find Spider. So we're safe.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. For me as a routing choice, I usually like to check that first just in case, so you don't have to do the double dip.
Do you also like checking Gathering Hall before going to Dynamo? I know some people like to do it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, generally that's pretty safe. At least if I have Space Jump and I can get up quickly. If I don't have Space Jump, then I'll probably put Gathering Hall off.
Looks like Up does not have a VOD, so we will never have a high quality version of that. That's unfortunate.
Some nice dashes through Energy Core to make our way to Burn Dome.
Alright, I'm just clearing up some checks in the dock for the heck of it.
No worries, we're in the lovely auto scroller part of of the run, so not much to say. Fortunately, there's a standable on this boss, so we can just avoid leaving. And that is Wave Beam on Incinerator Drone.
Okay.
That's interesting.
We are one spooky thermal away from some fun.
We could definitely stay in Chozo now and push all the way to Antechamber.
Yeah.
It's always unfortunate because like it always feels a lot better coming in from like the backside, but if they continue this way, they can just route Overgrown Cavern in probably back towards Magmore. I gotta imagine we got Varia coming up pretty soon.
So if I'm correct, I believe the missile launcher is either Ruin Nursery or Vault. We're not sure yet, but it doesn't matter. I'm just a nerd about it. So yeah, far Chozo makes sense here for me. Also, artifact, nice. Artifact, no strength. Did Op not get transport access north?
Didn't, unfortunately.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, they went back for Rune Gallery and then turned around.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that was just maybe thought they like remembered they didn't have missiles that first pass, so. Nothing in Upper Furnace. We love to see that.
So I believe Antechamber is in Logic, right? Yes.
Sure is.
Antechamber's in Logic, Flogger's in Logic, Artifact Temple's in Logic, a little bit of Root Cave as well. We don't have Grapple yet.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't have grapple.
so Transport Tunnel
Great,
B.
Great Tree Chamber was my bet because we did find an early X-ray visor.
Hmm.
I was betting on the Ice Beam, and that is what we found. So
It is in Logic, in fact, yeah.
yeah. So curious if that ends up actually meaning anything.
I think going to Great Tree Chamber here, Overgrown Cavern, Frigate Crash Site hints actually is like routes really nicely. Finds first artifact.
Some really nice ghost slug juggling there.
For those of you who don't know, if you hit a charge shot on the ghost when it's like right about to start dashing, I believe it cancels its ability to go invisible for a little while, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm a little hazy on the exact details. Maybe someone in chat could clarify. But
Shoot at the right time, you stun lock the ghosts.
yeah.
Good enough. So Op has decided to go back to the save and is going to likely warp to start and then go back. So that's
Ooh.
very okay.
No saving and then going further. For
Flagra?
Flagra, I guess. Or maybe This has to be Flagra, otherwise we wouldn't be doing this. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I feel like Farchosa is just the superior play. Oh.
No, we'll see.
Where are we going now? Why not save warp if we're going this way?
Ends up. That is Varia for SpklJae.
Maybe Op Ice. Oh, Tower of Light. Maybe that's what.
Oh yeah, I mean we've seen that be a pretty big factor in races, going for that immediately.
Still not sure I like the play. I feel like Tower of Light after doing hints makes a little bit more sense to me, but it's a play. I guess you could also do it backwards here. You could go Tower of Light back to Root Cave, hints, Overgrown Cavern. You could do a reverse. But unfortunately, that doesn't route very nicely into... Well, yeah, it doesn't route nicely into Magmore, whereas SpklJae could even go Lava Lake after going Tower of Light. So... I believe checking Tower Chamber is slower to do first when you don't have gravity. Or excuse me. Right, yes. Yes, that is the word, yes. Tower Chamber is dead though. Let's see what Retreat Chamber has. Ice Spreader. We will take it.
Yeah. No complaints there.
We'll get to get rid of Mr. Krabs earlier.
Oh, but my play was not correct. It's... Dang.
That's a fine play, I think. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's in logic.
I'm just upset that it didn't pay off. I was hoping my bet was correct.
Randy's probably going to be lame, and Overgrown Cavern's going to be nothing, and Furry Crash is going to be nothing, and Artifact Temple's going to be nothing, and Root Cave is going to be nothing, and it's just going to be like, oh, go to Fen, you bozo. That's just probably what Randy's going to give us. Nothing fun. Not going to just drop Thermal on us, Randy. Come on. Thermal...
Go to Farfen would be...
Ooh, yeah. Tower of Light Eve. I haven't found a power bomb yet, actually. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, yeah. Especially heading into Magmore now, like that's... Yeah, that's when you really want them. Or start wanting to want them.
So I wonder what Op's going to do here. I would like to see a reverse play here. Go to hints, Overgrown Cavern, and then maybe even just do plant into Lava Lake. That'd be kind of nice. That's still an okay route. Probably not as optimal as doing it the way SpklJae is doing it, but still I like that route.
And that is our first power bomb.
Frigate Crash Site. Give me Thermal. Give me something spicy, Randy. What is that? Dang. Love the dash. Impromptu dashes. We love them. Up electing to do Ricke first. Makes sense.
Yeah, might be trying to get ahead of the logic with the X-ray there.
Mm-hmm. Setting up the dash here.
Because that's always always a challenging one when it's like you've got X-ray and it's like, do I look for grapple when I can skip it? Most of the time, it's like, no, you want to start like moving on to the next thing in case that's it.
So, do you think we're getting PMT? You're betting
According to the logic, or according to the statistics of this tournament, I don't think it should be. Don't think we should be seeing it.
I mean, I've seen it in like most of the races I've commentated.
Yeah.
PMT.
So theoretically, we shouldn't see it this time.
Cave, nothing. TTB, one of our remaining logical checks. Nope.
Oh, didn't change the map. Dang. That's a guaranteed cinnamon Metroid if you're a Metroid enjoyer.
I don't know much about Metroids. Alright, hints. Truth. Observatory. Then it should be Furnace Upper Lower. Hydra. And, yeah, Transport Access North. And Hydra and Dynamo. Central Dynamo. And then finally, Research Corridor.
Yeah, see? Called it.
Dang.
Yeah. Pretty free artifacts.
Indeed. Well, we need supers. That could get fun.
For which one?
Hydra.
Ah, yep. A little high five from our runners here.
Here are RDs. In terms of logical checks, it is Sun Chamber, and then a bunch of stuff in Magmore, and Fen. Oh wait, hold on, we have labs as well.
Tons of stuff, yeah.
Okay, tons. Yeah, I forgot we have Ice Beam and Wave Beam.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of stuff. Wait a second.
A good 2/3 of the game is open to us now.
Yeah. Yeah, what else in Fen? Actually, not much in early Fen because we don't have Plasma, and we don't have Spiders, so... Chapel? Fen Canyon, Ruined Courtyard, Control Tower, Research Lab Aether. Not Qmon or Quarantine Cave yet. In terms of Far Fen, Frost Cave, I believe. I don't know about Security Cave without Grapple. I don't know if that's in beginner.
Yeah,
Graph Chamber upper and lower. Definitely not upper in Logic. And then Mines, we don't have Power Bombs yet. And we don't have Grav or Thermal to get through the bottom. So actually, yeah. Alright, are we going to do the wall crawl? We are. Always a good wall crawl to learn. It's a little baby wall crawl. Super cute.
Yep,
Super easy
having
to learn.
bombs and morph here, it's trivializes a lot of the worry that we usually have when doing this early without morph or bombs, so. Good. Just flow around to find the item.
It's actually shocking how little of front Fen is in Logic right now. Only Chapel, Fan Canyon, and Ruined Courtyard. A lot of stuff is locked in front Fen behind Supers and Spider and Plasma. Yeah. But we'll see. We have plenty of seed left. We'll see if Op goes to Fort Chozo here. I think that's the correct play. Do we dash left or right? We're dashing right. Okay. Do we do Frigga Crash that climb? We should. I think we should.
Yeah, thankfully this route that they're choosing, it's like they're gonna be going. If they continue on, they'll find the Varia and also be able to.
Yeah.
You can route through Sun Tower, or Sun Chamber, and then pick up that artifact in Transport Access North on the way, and then just head right into Lava Lake, and
Indeed.
you get to do the good cleanup of Magmore from that side. So
Another power run, we appreciate it. Not doing the peak, because I imagine we're just going to grab the item in lower fire shores. Or upper fire shores, excuse me. I think SpklJae is not done. Tower of Light, right? So those are checks that might come back to haunt them, like just to worry them rather. A little short tunnel, we get a refill. Don't mind that.
yeah, use the power bomb to get the power bomb.
Up in the meantime, Overrun Cavern. Getting the power bomb.
Yep, first PB for op. That's good.
Try nada. Upper Fire Shore is still on logic, but nice to grab. Awesome. And after that, I think it's just Lava Lake, come back,
And Triclops
transport
pit.
tunnel.
Yeah. I don't.
So we're just waiting.
Yep, just some. Just have to see how their movement. The movement through Magmore is usually pretty clean. Lots of big rooms to work with, so lots of space to dash around.
Yeah. E.
Another E. Nice hard jump. Up, entering Hall of the Elders.
Won't have to deal with the ghosts later on if we want to come back, which is nice because we did it backwards. Good thing I'm here to make it true that it's usually clean rather than always clean. I don't know what you're talking about, though. Might be a little
Through
fried.
Magmore, I guess.
Ah, Magmore movement. Oh! I now understand the joke. There we go. Okay.
Self-deprecating.
Not. Alright.
There's that Varia.
Off to Fendron up. Magmore completely donezo, but we did collect a two power room expansions, which is really nice. We'd like at least 2 for the final boss, so we don't have to worry about doing extra shots on Essence. But it's not that big of a deal. But the main reason is just the drop system is more of a concern in this game. If you have no power bombs, then it's like, whoa. Whoa. Okay, so I would say Op is pretty significantly behind, but I guess this all depends on what's on Sun Chamber, really.
Yeah,
Sun
I mean,
Chamber
like
has something.
they've done a good amount of checks, like as well. Like there's some different checks that they've done.
Oh,
Unfortunately, not finding anything. There's gravity. Interesting.
give me thermal. Just, I want thermal. I want thermal access into mines. Always funny. Okay, where does Op go? I kind of would like the Sun Chamber play here. That's really nicely into Lava Lake. No. Oh, what was that
Probably
in
Go into
Lighthouse?
Vault and grab Transport Access North artifact.
Drop it
Okay,
behind the
just-
ice.
Grab nice. It's a little bit of knowledge, but not a ton of knowledge.
Thank you, Baha.
No way of peeking the chapel item, unfortunately.
Yep. Actually, wait, we can.
Oh, with Ice Spreader.
Yep. It works, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Just a lot less ammo efficient.
Yep. Up in the
I
meantime,
unfortunately
grabbing...
have to. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What would you have to unfortunately what?
Oh, I was gonna say I don't have a perfect lineup for this, so I usually have to fire a couple supers. So having to, shoot 45 missiles to get 3 Ice Spreader shots might it hurts a lot more than 15.
I think there's a very simple lineup. It's like corner, look at a line, and shoot.
Oh yeah. That doesn't mean I know
Chapel
the
Island
setup.
is good. SpklJae doing... Okay, up or out first. Okay. I'm not sure which was faster, upper or lower. Probably lower if I would guess.
I've seen both.
But neither of these checks are logical, but might as well get them out of the way. There are peaks.
Yeah, at least getting the information is good. It means we hopefully don't have to come back here.
Nada. Now we know Qmon is not going to be in logic anytime soon onto Plasma, so nothing to worry about on the back of Fen. It is just go to the laboratories. Or as the game calls them, Glacier 1, which is a fun fact that I will keep sharing, because I think it's cute. We do a cute little slope jump here, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do some old school strats. Oh, baby. This is a very old way. I mean, not very old way, but this is the old way to cross this room. Nowadays, speedrunners do jump out to the left, lock onto the ice cone, and dash, and that's faster. I believe it's just because it hits the low trigger faster. Ooh, spider ball. Yes, spider ball. Okay, so now no, Qmon is still not logic, but upper dynamo is.
For Dynamo is. Yeah.
What else? Not ghosts yet. Not training chamber yet. Workstation, no. Yeah, I think that only unlocks upper dynamo. Maybe something in Farfet? No. I don't think so. Nothing in Iceman's Rest. Okay. So, yeah. Ruined Courtyard, Control Tower, Research Lab Aether. We would like to go into labs with supers.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate having to leave that artifact behind if we don't end up finding them.
Ooh,
Those
main
main
PDs, okay.
carbones.
So there is logical access into mines.
Yeah, that is good to find, so we know that like some of these checks coming up are going to be actually logical.
Wait a second.
Waiting a
Labs
second.
is not in logic. Control tower and research
because
lab ether.
we can go
Oh,
backwards.
now it isn't logic, yeah. The spider puts into logic. Because we can do it
For-
backwards.
There's I think it's beginner standable to get up to the ice door.
No, I just mean you can't, observatory, we can't get past without boost, logically.
But
So you
backwards
have
you can.
Yeah, so backwards is what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I was just confirming.
Yeah.
But main PBs, that gives us, what do we have? Main quarry, security access A, daily research to lower. Storage depot B, yes. Storage depot B, yes. ECA, yes. ABC, yes. Vent shaft, yes, although that would be fun. MQA is now logic, yes. But lower mines is not.
MQA would be a rough next progression.
Yeah, that would be rough. MPU's doing anything in Farfin? No, not yet. I know this is an artifact. And we'll op finally making our way to Fen.
Yep, not too far behind with the amount of checks that we can actually do. Should be pretty quick to get that early stuff out of the way.
I think I would like SpklJae to stick to logic, though, as much as humanly possible, because whatever logic comes up next, it's good. Maybe aside from thermal, but I think we can do backwards. Oh, that's right, we can do backwards frigate. So cargo freight lift is available backwards. Hydro access tunnel is available backwards. So I think sticking to logic here is ideal. Maybe don't even do Farfen. Maybe just go straight to mines. If we find boost, good. If we find plasma, good. If we find thermal, that does very little for us, but it does tell us a lot if we find thermal as well. You agree, or?
I feel like, I feel like leaving Farfen behind here is not correct. The only thing we can't get back there is security cave, storage cave, one of the caves, and we know that's not plasma. So like the only thing it can really, there's only a couple of things that it can really be would matter leaving behind. So don't mind that. And there's that thermal we were talking about. So that's a fun one.
Oh, wait, main quarry is non-logic without the thermal, so now it is. Okay, so parts of workstation with logic. Quarantine cave is now logic. Yes, it is. We can escape. I don't know. Is security cave in logic without grapple on these settings? I think the slope jump is intermediate.
Good question. Quite possible. I suppose I could always look at the database.
Baha in chat's gonna check it for us. Thank you, Baha.
Sure. Okay, we know this is an artifact coming up. I did like that both Op and SpklJae paused in Chozoi's temple for that non-cutscene. I probably would pause too, so don't worry about it. But
yeah, I think
it is funny.
We need to put that. All the strats are intermediate, so it does require grapple. Okay, so that tells us that plasma can also not be in Farfen, or it can't be in Storage Cave either. Plasma can only be in Frost Cave or Gravity Chamber lower at this point.
Yeah.
It's impossible for it to be Gravity Chamber upper because we need yeah. Oh, that's a suit though.
Yeah. That's her phase on suit. And yeah, like
So
that's
I'm losing this
another
race.
thing. Yeah, that's another thing, which is like doing this now is like we're still missing like boost and phase on suit. It's like there's and supers. It's like there's a lot to be leaving behind for not doing this. So
Very good.
No, of course doesn't mean we shouldn't do Farfan completely, just because you can still do the checks. You can still check Security Cave if you're good enough to do the slope jump. It's like, why not? But
yeah,
obviously they consider this as one of those cases where routing aggressively probably would pay off, because we know this can't be phase on up. It can be a best boost. Or excuse me, not phase on. It's gonna be a best supers or plasma. Yeah, it's tough to think of because the beginner logic here is like, it's hard to remember sometimes. Because it's like, yeah, just a few slope jumps. Alright, Security Cave. We're looking for plasma and supers. And yeah, there are quite a few logical checks. Let me count them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
yeah. The entirety of mines, basically, or upper to mid mines.
Yeah. With supers in play, we shouldn't skip Security Cave then? Yeah, I was mostly just thinking skipping Farfen at all. Like, not even checking Farfen, going towards mines instead. And then doing Farfen later, like on the way back. That was my idea, but... gravity chamber lower was... I have no idea. We're talking about grapple because grapple is locked by plasma. So we know plasma could not be in most of Farfen. That's what it tells us. And plasma's the big thing here. Boost is nice, super missiles are necessary, but plasma's always the worry. A lot of prime seeds turn into plasma casinos. Supers are required for an artifact in labs, research lab Hydra.
Yep.
I do not believe there's a way to get it out of logic at all. I think it's literally hard required. Maybe with some low delay shenanigans, but I don't think.
I have tried, and I have not found a way yet. That would also be tournament legal.
Maybe some like task level shenanigans, something or other, but I don't know. Probably not. Transport access is done. I feel like, yeah, check Kimon here. Apparently Vertigo has some video on it. Yeah. Didn't know about that one.
Now, do you fight Thardus here?
It's logical. How many power bombs do we have? Oh boy, definitely. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely. Wave Buster, you. I think fighting Thardus here is perfectly fine. Yep. You can burn 4 and you'd be comfy, and that's really nice. That'll speed up the fight. I think with 4 it's like a minute and a half. I don't know, but nobody knows the strats. Nobody wants to learn my Thardus strats.
Your one strat contribution.
The one strat contribution that saves like a minute and a half on fighting Mineral Man when you have a lot of power bombs. Nobody wants to learn it. Nobody wants to learn it. Because like literally, if you do this with 6 power bombs, you just burn 6 power bombs with Thardus, the fight lasts, I kid you not dude, 60 seconds. It's actually crazy. Compared to most people who spend sometimes like 3 to 4 minutes on this fight. So this is Hydra, no low delay. Oh boy, let's take a look see. Oh, it's edited. Oh boy, that's how you know it's that's how you know it's rough. Oh yeah, I saw this. I saw this a while ago. But can you get out? Oh, you can. Okay, all right. Based Justin. God bless Justin. Do you have a video of a good way to do it? I could probably have made the final power bomb a little better. Let me find it for you. While we wait for Up to do the same labs stuff, and it's probably a new middleman.
Yep. We'll get 2 more artifacts and thermal out of this trip.
There you go. That is my one contribution to Metroid Prime. And I could probably improve it as well, like if I spent a little bit more time on it, but I don't know, maybe 5 seconds more. Yeah, even still, it's like pretty damn fast. Once the lightning drops, then you lay a power bomb. That's a good time. Boom. Mineral Man, what do you have for us? Nada. He's the Amethyst adversary today.
So if Op decides to play risky and skip Thardis, that's a good chunk of time they could gain back. Because yeah, unfortunately finding thermal in labs is just like, Thardis is right there. It's like, do you take the bait?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people take the bait there.
I would have taken the bait mostly because I feel like I know with that amount of power bombs, it's not that slow of a check. But I think in this case, considering most people don't know the strat, I think it's probably better to skip it generally. Okay, finding thermal in the meantime. Yep.
Heading...
Wait, workstation? Did we check it?
I was gonna say, probably forgetting that we don't have boost yet. Plasma processing.
What was in workstation? I missed it.
Missiles.
We're actually kind of running a little bit lower on logical checks than you think. I mean, there's most of them are still in mines. You do it, but like, there's a good possibility here that like progression's not in mines here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a 1 in 3 chance that progression's not in mines. That's funny.
Yeah, you gotta consider some other generation stuff though, along with that, with the weighting of older checks and stuff. So it's probably a little bit more skewed towards mines than that.
Yeah, because the latest thing that came into logic was thermal, and I guess that's main quarry. That's the most likely thing to have. PPC. Here's a logic. A.
Good find.
Good find. That puts life growth into logic. And now we can escape out of head shaft. Which is nice. And elite research upper. And I think that's it.
Now, here's a thing. I feel like you could... it's rough. Like, since MQA can't be... Oh, there's plasma right there. I was gonna say. That, like, plasma can't be past MQA, and that's, like, really one of the last things we're looking for, but... Could be that super missiles are lower mines, but... Plasma beam being there? Great. Cool. Let's keep going up. We've got... one more freebie artifact, and still waiting on those supers.
Yeah, so in terms of remaining checks that supers can't be, Biohazard, Sun Chamber, and MQB. I don't believe there's any other super like luck check.
Sun Chamber 1 supers would be pretty rude.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah, in terms of yeah, I think you just like full clear mines. Because now it's literally just a super missile casino, and mines is the most amount of checks, and yeah. Question is, how do you route after mines? You save warp, or do you go to plasma processing? I guess you could do plasma processing at any point in time. It's kind of slow. Definitely don't go back to Fen. I think, yeah, we do mines, save warp. And then maybe you do Life Grove into Bakachozo, or maybe you do lower mines into upper mines into Life Grove into Bakachozo. Bunch of options here. I'm not sure which one's the cleanest. I think if the sparks are showing up, I think it won't work, but apparently I'm wrong about that, because it works. Wait, why is... Oh, hello, Calvin. Calvin Valdez. But yeah, in terms of places where supers could be, it's like... everywhere.
A lot. Yeah.
I'm gonna count the amount of ones.
I guess truly the worst place for it to be would be Storage Cave. Because like, when are we going back to Farfen, you know? But you know, Plasma unlocks Grapple, which would unlock that check, so...
Yeah.
It's like, that's a progression path that you could follow.
25 checks remaining, by the way. Oh! What is that? Is that
Just a
super?
missile up there.
Oh, okay. My grapple check's not a bad idea. I believe... I don't actually know this. Is Fungal Hall B, crossing Fungal Hall B locked by grapple? I think I asked this another race I commentated, but I don't think we could get an answer. Could, Baja, if you were available to check that, that would be wonderful. Because I'm curious.
I believe one of the fungal halls is... I think it's A, isn't it?
Fungal Hall B requires, like, you do on the glider.
I think A is the glider, B is the other one.
Oh, excuse me, you're right. You're right. A is the
Or they both have gliders? I don't know. I haven't played this game in a long time.
Fungal Hall A is the one where you go out of bounds to do early newborn.
I'll
So
make
it's
a good
Fungal
call,
Hall B.
heading into Farfen, grabbing that Phazon suit.
MQB also might be logical, but I think the R jump there is like not too difficult, despite it all.
MQB will be difficult to have supers, being a supers check.
No, I just mean to cross it.
Oh,
Because
yes.
we're talking about like maybe Randy's
putting supers on OP.
maybe Randy's like putting supers behind grapple is what we're saying, because grapple is the latest thing to come into logic. That's what Baja brought up in chat.
Yeah. And
Hey, no,
they're
man.
right there. Just
Done.
kidding. All right. So yeah, pretty great routing from SpklJae. Just
Yeah. God routed it.
yeah. Pretty.
So yeah, we do Central Dynamo now, save warp Hydra into beat the game.
Yeah, that Hydra artifact is just kind of rude. Like, I don't know. Yeah, this is not really a good way to get back there. Central Dynamo, save warp, and then you just have to go all the way through Magmore again.
Yep. I think Lower Mines and Central Fen are probably some of the farthest locations from each other, I think. Maybe not if you account for Thardsar hallway, but yeah, this one's. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a storm going on and it's smacking my window pretty hard. Apologize if you can. I went to the gym today with like a tank top and shorts, so if I was coming back now, I'd be in trouble. Oh my god.
Is it raining?
It was like 23 degrees today, dude. It was like nice.
Why would you be in trouble then?
It's actually loud enough that I now need to increase my volume. I have no idea what you said.
Why would it be a problem? I said, was it raining?
It's raining now. It's like raining pretty hard right now. Yeah.
You must have got the storm that I had earlier today.
Oh, okay.
The
It's showing
torrential
up,
downpour.
yeah, it's showing up to be now.
And as SpklJae makes their way back down into mines, Op is deciding to take the safe bet and be a little more thorough and check Thardis. Which unfortunately
Op is doing pretty
as-
much the same route that SpklJae did.
Yep.
Just slower, unfortunately.
Yeah, a few of the other early routing choices just kind of put them a little bit behind.
Yep. Didn't work out.
Because yeah, like the trip to Tower of Light and delaying the Varia cost a good chunk of time.
Alright. Op got research core, right? Pretty sure we did. Yeah. So it'll be 4 artifacts. Essential Dino.
Alright, so just a quick save warp away and then a long trip back for one single artifact.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, dude, it really is torrential. Holy crap. Just 6.
Yep. And our last one's back in Fen. We got our supers to go collect it, so just some execution here on SpklJae's side to finish this up.
Do you have a workstation here, actually? Because we have Thardis done. We can just boost straight through.
Yeah, could, I suppose.
I don't actually know which one's faster. Another thing on Sam's to-do list.
Yep.
You want to lay the power bomb now? Okay, yeah, there we go. A little late, but it should work. Yep, there we go. Fungal Hall access.
Fungal
Oh,
Hall
Fungal A. Okay.
They unfortunately have the exact same acronym.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. But it seems like Randy didn't care and just put it in the storage heap away. So.
Yeah, which was behind Plasma, so like, you know, it was kinda in that zone. But the grapple just must have not been required and just placed randomly, I guess.
Yep. This is a method to climb this room, yeah. You can do it this way as well.
it.
I think SpklJae is skilled enough to do it the method where you dash into the center and then use the pillar to climb up and then dash across. That's an option for them.
Avoiding the high five by going this way, though, sadly.
Mm-hmm. Up. Got workstation is now turning around.
Save,
Save?
perhaps?
We did Farfend. Yeah. In terms of remaining checks, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 logical checks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Talon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in Chozo. 1 in Magmor, 2 in Fen, and the rest in Mines. Save warping. Not believing in Mines at all.
Yeah, interested to see where they take this. Oh, are they going through Frigate?
Nope. Turn around. Nope. Now we're going to Frigate.
Okay.
Why not go through PVC? We have Spider. We have. Interesting. I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Could be following like the immediate thing, which is thermal.
Yeah.
We got grav, we got thermal, and
Yeah.
then it didn't do anything. Well, it hasn't done anything yet, so could just be following that.
Shadow Bards. Look cool in this room. Thankfully, there's a save station pretty close by, so this artifact is not too terrible.
Yeah.
Pretty otherwise.
Thankfully, you don't have to get back. It's just it's just getting there that's kind of a pain.
But because we picked up the research core item, we do have to deal with the darkness. So many pirates, goodness.
Just
Good
gonna
choice.
casually switch to
The
some
good music. The good music.
some sunken frigate music. It's not
We'll
every
see.
race you get to hear it, so
Yep. I kind of wish we would do races where you start with thermal, so that frigate is more likely to happen. Like start race with like gravity and thermal. That'd be like really cool. In general, I
someone to
just
RA
like.
it.
God, they were cooking with the music in this game. Absolutely cooking.
I can't wait to switch from this very calm, relaxing music immediately into the
To
Ridley
Ridley.
fight music and just
Yeah.
jar everyone's ears.
I don't even know why I have the list of remaining items open. Just we know everything's dead. We have every single major in the game accounted for. The only unknown is whether or not it was Ruined Nursery or Vault. That's the missile launcher. That's it.
All right, intermission over. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Replace your contemplative cat jams with your regular cat jams. Yeah, if you're new here, I am the lunatic who does this document and keeps it available and tracked fully. Also, Biohazard we know is dead. It's not that big of a deal in Prime. In Echoes, it's very helpful. But if we're playing random elevators, then it's ridiculous for Primes. snipe. Even with the icons. Let's see. Is he on? Nope. Should be supers. Nope. Nice snipe again.
Yeah. Pretty clean.
If you want to avoid that third phase in Ridley, you just shoot, I think it's five lemons, and then 5 lemons, and then you should be good. And spam missiles, you should be good. Or you could just shoot, just get rid of the first phase and then super the second one. That's also an option. The lemons are, I think, faster though. That's our final power bomb, I believe. There's 8 in this game, right?
Yep.
Jackery and Jillian bothering us.
Thankfully, we got plenty of missiles.
Yep.
And we've got all of our beam combos. Oh my god, I am also experiencing a downpour now.
That is a late spring weather for you in the Greater Toronto area. I forgot.
April showers bring May flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Resident flower enjoyer here.
Meanwhile, Up is going to be doing the entirety of Upper Mines, but is going to miss out on, I don't know, going to miss out on the supers being in Storage Depot A, or Storage Security Access.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate going in this direction because, yeah, we're gonna pass by the supers, we're gonna find plasma, and unless you decide to turn around, like, I feel like you don't decide to turn around. That would definitely be a choice. And even if you find plasma and then turn around for supers, you're forgoing boost ball, which means that your traversal back to those artifacts and the Ridley fight is just that much more of a pain.
Yep. This is a route where you quite possibly last location supers. Like, you literally full clear the armor. There's a possibility here. I think SpklJae forgot that they have supers, or that they have ice spreader. Or maybe no, that was just the last fix. Never mind. That's fine. Yes, we get to deal a little bit of damage on the wave phase. Yep, I think we forgot that we had ice spreader. Nope, there it is.
Couple of missiles. Help us stretch a little farther. Hopefully we can get this next ice spreader shot off. Nice.
God, I love this big combo.
Yeah, it is a good one.
It's also sick. It sounds cool.
Okay, here's our favorite sub-chamber. The switching EXO.
If we can find some way, I don't know what nerd I need to contact. I want to find a way to make an emote where EXO just switches like several times in a row.
Like that, right there.
Which is like constant, like switch, and then the player switches beam camp combos, or switches beams, and then the EXO switches again, and it just keeps going forever.
Classic EXO speeding up now.
Yeah. I would also like to make an EXO arrive. That'd be a good one. Like EXO just rushing forward and the EXO running away, and so EXO arrive, EXO leave.
Nice, got that missile drop. We'll be able to get another ice spreader shot off here. And that's EXO done. Very nice.
While we're waiting for the video game to finish, we have three matches tomorrow. One at 2 p.m., one at 5 p.m., one at 8:30. We got Duck, H. Grand, SpklJae versus Bra, Caliber versus Neville. And then one on Thursday, and then 4 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday. But I'm sure there will be more on the weekend as the week progresses and people schedule their stuff. So stay tuned, check out the schedule.
It has been a busy couple days, and a good time if you're a Prime enjoyer.
And if there's any match I think y'all should rewatch, or just watch if you've missed it, it's definitely Baja versus Dace. That one was wild. Definitely recommend it. I'm actually sad Jay couldn't make it to commentate with me on that one. I think he would have really enjoyed that one. He had to cancel. It's unfortunate. The SpklJae in the meantime, pretty standard strats here. As doing our animation cancels. Squidward moves on to the next phase based off not a timer, but rather the amount of animations done. And you can just cancel the animations by taking shots. And then in the final phase, we do pool cancels by stepping in and out of the pool, and this stops us from losing any charge in the pool. I think we're actually failing it here. Yep, but it might work. Nope. Oh my god, one more shot.
The tiniest sliver of health off. Yeah, unfortunately, since the beam is kind of like a shotgun, it's like being that far away can mean that like one or a couple of the little tendrils can miss. That can reduce your damage, so. Either way, just has to stay safe for a little bit and spam once the next pool gets up. Shouldn't be any issues.
And hopefully Essence doesn't just step over the corpse. That's another concern with this. If Essence steps over the corpse, then she could skip a phase. I'm assuming it's she because hold on, GG.
GG's.
And Op forfeits. Assuming it's a she because she then becomes Dark Samus. So there, that's I don't know what pronouns a cosmic monstrosity uses, but I'm going to use she because she becomes Dark Samus afterwards. Hello up, welcome, GG's.
GG's.
Hello SpklJae, welcome, GG's.
So, what did I miss?
Plasma Beam, Elite Control Access, and then Super Missiles in Storage Depot A.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't have pivot saved back to Chozo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately, one of the the issues with just that end game routing was that you would have found Plasma heading down into mines, and you would have had to turn around and go back up to find supers. And I got to imagine as a racer myself, like, yeah, I wouldn't be thinking about that, so that would have been probably late. And then yeah, Boost Ball was also in PPC, so you probably would have found that on the way.
Right, so I didn't trust my gut like I should have.
You were still behind at that point because of I think your early game route was just a little less optimal, but also just movement in general. But you guys routed pretty much identically after getting into the Fen, up until that deviation. But at that point, SpklJae was already fighting Mr. Krabs, so didn't make much of a difference.
It was an interesting one, leaving Super Missiles and Plasma so late. It was a bit of a gamble to go into mines without, but you know how things are. Everything ends up in mines eventually.
Yeah, we were trying to guess what the ending logic was going to be, because we knew that the Plasma Beam was blocking Grapple, and so we were trying to think if Supers would be behind the Grapple Beam, but that didn't end up being the case. So it was probably just placed randomly since it wasn't required anywhere.
I'm actually interested in that statement you made. You said you were worried going to mines, but mines is probably the most check dense area.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Statistically, everything ends up in mines when you're late game and you need it. but it's still a gamble, right? Because
Yeah.
like there's in the back of your mind, you're always thinking, oh, what about Tower of Missiles, and what about Training Chamber?
Mhm.
You know, you never go back for those wave beam sites, and wave beam was decently early or slash mid, and so it was still a potential for it to be back there. But I guess I followed the statistics on this one and just went for mines. Because I mean, like ultimately, the artifact there in Central Dynamo, you didn't need plasma or soups to get. So I figured, you know, why not go and collect that just to check it off the list, and then could start filling things in. And you know, most of the time, maybe that works out.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah. I don't think I have any other. I don't think I have anything to add to you guys. I mean, if you guys have any other comments on the seed, that'd be great. Because I mean, I think the only route, just to mention one route divergence, which hasn't been made clear. So you guys routed pretty similarly, and then after Op found, what was it, Wave Beam, I believe. Op decided to go Tower of Light, then Hints, then Overgrown Cavern into Chozo. So did it reverse of what you did, Sparkle. That was the only difference in the early game route. After that, I think Op also did Flagra. Got nothing. No, Op did not do Flagra. Sorry.
Tardis.
Both y'all did Tardis. But yeah, it was pretty identical after that. Once you got into Fen, it was pretty identical. Was that ever consideration to go to do what you did except in reverse? Like go leave?
It was in my mind to go like warp back, do Hints, and then do Frigate Crash Site, Overgrown Cavern, etc., etc. But when I got Wave Beam, where was Wave Beam again? Was Wave Beam Zoid?
Yeah, Zoid.
Yeah. So when I got that, I was like, hey, I'm already here. I might as well, especially with cutscene skip, it's so easy to just do the bomb puzzle there and continue on to late Chozo. So I figured I might as well. I'm already there. I've got all the items really to get through there. So might as well, and then come back through. And that, since we had X-Ray, I was like, I swore X-Ray must have had something. So I was like, I've got to check Great Chi Chamber. Root Cavern or Root Cave is also something I wanted to check. But yeah, that's basically what was going through my mind for that.
What about you, Op? Why did you decide to do the reverse loop instead of going directly to Fort Chozo?
Huh? Me?
So when you got Wave Beam, you went to Tower of Light and then got Hints and then went Overgrown Cavern. Like basically, you did the opposite route of what SpklJae did. Was there any reason? Did you want to avoid fighting the ghosts in Hall of the Elders or something like that? What happened there? Was it just I found Wave, I'm gonna go to Tower of Light?
Wait, Tower of Light? Wait, I'm sorry, repeat that?
So, after you got Wave Beam at Zoid, rather than go further into Chozo, you turned around and went to Tower of Light.
I wasn't sure if the climb without Spider was in Logic, so I just went for the next best thing, which, Wave would point me there to that.
Oh, it is in Logic, but
Tower of Light, and then I thought about it and was like, maybe it is in Logic, so I circled around to back Chozo and did it reverse.
I don't think it was a bad route. I actually kind of liked it. I was just curious what the rationale was. I'm mostly just asking in terms of rationale. I'm not critiquing it.
No, I didn't.
Both routes were good, I think.
Good.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of doubling back, so those things were good. And heading through, I guess the only thing that we did notice was you left transport access north till a little bit later. Did you perhaps forget that just not having missiles on the first pass to go back for that, or was it just too out of the way at the time and you were going to route it in later?
Who was that to?
Oh, Op, sorry.
Oh. Yeah, I just didn't have missiles my first time there, and I thought I got it when I saw the hint. I was like, oh. And then... just thought I'd get it on my way back to Magmore, and
Because yeah, as like from the experience, it's like having to go all the way to Hive Totem without missiles and then go all the way back. It's like that must have been annoying for both of you, since it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, you got to do that route again because it's like then there's so many checks that you're missing. It's like that early game must have been a little slow, just knowing that you have to go back and forth for a little bit.
Well, there's
Yeah,
not much you can really do about that. You've kind of just got to
no
swallow
getting
it,
around
right?
Hmm.
Either that or you gotta do the goofy half-pipe trick with Morph Ball to grab the bombs and then take the bombs to, I don't know, Ruin Nursery to grab the missile there. That would have been crazy, but I don't think anybody's doing that. I don't even think
Yeah.
Sam wants to do that.
I think you'd be pretty insane to leave Space Jump for any amount of time
Yeah.
there at the
Yeah.
start.
It was right there. There's no reason not to go back and get it.
Yep.
I'd say a lot of the practice seeds I was doing ended up with Space Jump in some ludicrous location, so I'm pretty happy to see that this one was in a decent place.
What was the worst one I think? I think the worst one I've seen is Space Jump PPC.
Look,
Yeah, that was a JC. That is a J special.
Other routing choices. Did the position of the visors influence the routing at all? Because like we saw some early plays for like Root Cave. I know a lot of folks here are just gonna, you know, with Space Jump, just gonna do those skips. But I was just curious because it's like they can point you in certain directions, and especially with like the earliness of X-ray, like we saw both do Great Tree Chamber. Did that factor in?
absolutely, yeah. Oh, you go ahead.
It didn't matter where I got the items, but it did point me towards. Let me see. I did check Root Cave once, thinking that would, you know, lead me to progression, and Thermal was bait to Frigate, and that's part of why I didn't just go straight in after Workstation.
I found the thermal was a let's do Thardus sort of hint. That's why I ended up fighting Thardus. And of course, when you get X-ray early, you think Root Cave or Great Tree Chamber. So that's definitely why I checked those. Normally, I try to put off that extra elevator round trip to the top of Great Tree Cavern or Hall, whatever that room is called. But yeah, when you get the X-ray, it's always a gamble whether you're following logic or whether you're getting a red herring.
Which, of course, it was both visors not really doing anything for you.
I mean,
I don't
I'll
think it
always
did
happily
anything
take
at
them
all.
for the essence fight.
Yep.
Surely, yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, very good race. Congratulations again to SpklJae for the win.
Thank you.
And Drake, you already plugged the remaining races, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Any last words?
GG's. Thanks for the race. A lot of fun. Can't wait for the next ones.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. With that, we will see you next mission.
Bye bye.